resolution, Your Worship.
Yep. That's an appointment to the Taupo Airport Authority Committee.
It's just one. Your Worship.
Yep.
You turn your page.
Clarify, he's not standing for council.
Nominations are closed.
My question would be: is there going to be?
But they might want to put that in.
If he did stand and was successful, then you would review the.
It was a gap just under paper.
He did both, I think.
Okay, just before we do that, 19/2, the Airport Safety Committee has appointed John Finnell as their representative for the new triennium. So just to fill in that gap there. Okay, what was your question? Whether are you standing or not? I don't think so.
Chris is not standing. No.
So that was moved by Councillor Boddy, seconded by Councillor Cousins. All those in favour, please say aye. Oh, sorry. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, carry.
Your Worship, a quick clarification. Can any councillor attend the airport committee meetings again?
Item number 20. Council engagements for March.
Yep. So, got a few scheduled there.
Yep. Any queries about time? Councillor Cousins?
To worship, the last one, Tuesday the 27th. It's Tuesday the 27th, not Tuesday. Is that right? Citizen Ceremony Council Chambers is Thursday.
And the other one to add in there is the council tour on the 10th. Turangi and Mangakino.
Where is that?
Monday the 10th of March.
That's the whole day?
Yeah.
We'll get start here.
Okay, Aranda, you got that? Good. All right. A couple of typos here.
And then the second part there is the appointment. So, the Waireki Tourism Development Committee, Brent Perry.
So the Brent Perry was the one of the two nominations. The other nomination had a severe conflict of interest, I believe. Yep. So Brent Perry was selected. All right. Suggested resolution there. Move for that, Councillor Cousins, seconded by Councillor Hickling. Thank you. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, carried. Members' reports. Councillor Harvey.
Right.
You got anything to report?
Several meetings with Mr. Murray Jones regarding the bowling alley, including a formal one on the 14th of January, which several other councillors attended. Thank you. I attended the council Christmas party barbecue on the 19th of December. I attended the Waireki Tourist Development Committee meeting, which Brent Perry's just been appointed to. That was very interesting. And then I did a tour of Waireki Park a couple of days later so that I was familiar with the whole area. So that was really good. And that's it, I think, for now.
Councillor Stewart.
Went away. Sorry, went away.
Over Christmas I went to the ratepayers meetings out at Pukara, and then the next one's out at Omori-Kiritau. They were really interesting. They liked to see someone there. They had a few queries, but I've taken them up with Greg down in Turangi, and he's taking care of those. I went to the TDC workshop on the annual plan, and it was really amazing. They really worked hard. And after that workshop, we had a TD workshop on the community board's vision of where they want to see themselves in 3 years and what sort of things they want to have happen down in Turangi. And it was absolutely awesome. The whiteboard got full, but then it all got prioritised and put into years, and everybody participated so well. It was just really great to see. I was really pleased with how it went and how the board is responding to our end of the lake and seeing what's out there and bringing it to the table. It's great.
Thanks. Thank you, Councillor Stewart. Councillor Cousins.
I was away for a month, so but like everyone here, I attended a large number of council and community board meetings. Councillor Stewart myself and Chairman Tonganui Kingi of the Community Board, we attended a discussion about the redevelopment at the back end of the Turangi Mall, which come up with some really good ideas, and Fraser's gone away to work out some concepts for us, which we're looking forward to seeing the results for. Reiterating, we had the brainstorming session, which was fantastic. I attended the Awhi House maternity opening with some Tūwhare Toa dignitaries, which was actually very, very good. And one thing Turangi is good at is producing babies. So it's been well used at the moment. I've been dealing with, the reason I was late back at 1 o'clock was Phil King, the harbour master, working on the Motuopa marina development. Some really exciting stuff in there, I've got to say. He's given me a plan which I can't share with you just yet, unfortunately. We're up to version 18. Problem is, which I'll get into very shortly, the Ratepayers Association at Motuopa and the Boat Club at Motuopa are at loggerheads. They hate each other and they're all trying to undo each other. And it's making things very, very difficult. I'm involved with the Turangi pig hunting competition, getting that off the ground. So I won't be out shooting myself, but working with a couple of local people to get that off the ground, talking with Tongariro, who are hopefully going to bring it to DGLT's attention and get some momentum happening there. They've got some very big sponsors underway, big sponsors brought on board. I attended a Tongariro workshop to discuss the TV3 Campbell's Live segment, which of course went to air a couple of weeks ago. The response to which has been incredible, I've got to say. I've learned I've got to speak slower, if I speak too fast, but everyone in town came off very, very well. That was followed up the same week with the skate park opening, which I thank all the councillors from Taupo who attended, and the mayor. Really, really well received, and it continued that buzz in Turangi, which is incredibly positive at the moment. One thing I will say is, do we have to have a special afternoon tea for councillors? Because to me that was defeating the whole object. There was a sausage sizzle outside, and I wanted to be out there with a sausage sizzle with our people. I just didn't get that. So I think for future events, do we have to have a separate tea for people?
Sam, I think that was for the Turangi Tukua dignitaries that came as well, to let them have somewhere to sit and have something to eat. That was the intention.
I think it came off to me that like us and them. I introduced you all to each other as best I could, and I just left to mingle. It was a great day. I just thought that took us out of that flow. Motuopa Ratepayers meeting, that was hilarious. Talked about the water issues that we've got down there. I don't think it's going to gain momentum to get people on board for hooking up on the flat, the old part of Motuopa. Currently, I think we're at about 18 or 20% in favour and 80% against for hooking up. Just on that, I think we've got, I met with Tonganui Kingi about Waihi Village wanting articulated water supply as well, and a letter of support from us, which is a real sticky one we're going to have to cross. Business After 5, attended two meetings in Business After 5, January, which we had a new principal from the area school come and talk to us, which was pretty fantastic, and also the Taupo Weekender wanting to relaunch the Turangi Chronicle, which was a separate entity. Business After 5 in February, which was last night. Interesting. Incredibly positive spin from all the businesses. We launched what ideas we had as part of our long-term vision for Turangi, and also the inviting input from public about what they want in the submissions for the annual plan and the long-term plan. They all want to be involved. Big concerns over the eyesight. Apparently DGLT have made overtures to the eyesight staff that they're an imminent threat of being closed down, according to the Deloitte's report. I take umbrage with that. I think it's out of order. The staff there are worried about their jobs, when they've got no reason to be, because Deloitte's report actually said that it was DGLT that was at fault, and they weren't performing, not targeting the Turangi eyesight. So we've got issues there. And I'm sad to announce that Marika, who's the head of the eyesight, is leaving.
She's retired.
Oh, she's retiring.
She's going fishing.
And the big cycle, the big push bike that you've got in Taupo, Turangi is not keen to have it, I'm sorry to say. So we've got some issues there. That's me.
Blimey, I'm glad you're away for a month.
Your Worship, before I give my report, perhaps both the Council for Turangi, had a long talk to the gentleman, the religious gentleman that is he a father or a priest? And
Yeah, I know who you.
And the development that he's looking to doing down there with the motel, the cable car, absolutely unbelievable. And here we've got a development that's going that's got nothing else to do, anything to do with an organisation we have for business development.
Was that Turatia who was there doing the blessings?
Correct.
I thought so.
So there is a lot of activity around.
Just really quickly, there was one last thing we discussed is we're trying to develop a Pihanga mountain bike track up Mount Pihanga with a chairlift to take your bikes up. We've got some issues. There's 3 separate EV owners up there, which we've got a long way to go, but we're trying to get it off the ground.
Thank you, Your Worship. I've attended the Destination Great Lake Taupo function on the 12th of December at Suncourt. The staff barbie on the 19th of December, and I have to apologise to all staff. I couldn't get them any pay increases after that barbie. AC Bath opening on the 21st of December, and I was a little bit disappointed. I think including staff of council, there was only about 40 there when you cut the ribbon. That was a bit disappointing. I went out to the fun day out at Mangakino on the 11th of January, 4th of February. Of course, we had our retreat. I went to a Lakes and Waterways meeting on the 5th of February. On the 6th of February, I volunteered to help with the whaka, but unfortunately, when I got there at the due date at time of midday, there was no one there. When I came back at 1:15, I couldn't see anyone, so I just went to enjoy the activities. But apparently the whaka did do a sale, and only one of them. I went to the Turangi Community Board meeting on the 11th of February. Along with Councillor Williamson, I went to the Wairiki Taupo campus graduation on the 18th of February, and last Friday night attended a new arts exhibition from the Turangi Arts at the opening at the Art Gallery.
Attended the Sports Advisory Council meeting, Waitangi Day celebrations, opening of the skate park in Turangi, and also attended the Turangi Artsworks opening at the Taupo Museum. I was invited to go to a meeting of a group of timeshare, and the issue really was all about the rates for timeshares, and they will probably be putting submissions into either the annual plan or long-term plan. That's the only information I could give them to satisfy them.
Okay, thanks. Councillor Williamson.
I also went to the council Christmas party, the DGLT function at Suncourt, the AC Bars opening, Lakes and Waterway Action Group meeting along with John, Sports Advisory Council meeting along with Barry, the Lake Taupo Liaison Zone Subcommittee, which is one of the regional council and other bodies looking after the health of our lakes and waterways. The exhibition of the touring artwork at the local museum. The opening of the Turangi skate park, which was it was went to the Waitangi Minor Festival down on the Domain. John. Waipihi Botanical Society meeting, so I'm on that committee. I went to a Friends of the Museum meeting last night regarding the Mara exhibition coming up, rearticulating the Mara they've got down there, not the motor Mara. Went to the Wairiki Community Graduation Ceremony at Great Lake Centre. Popo Youth meeting with David yesterday. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well done, thanks, Councillor. Councillor Jollins.
Just very quickly, I've attended a committee meeting with the Acacia Bay Residents Association. They've asked me if I would be the liaison between themselves and the council, and I've said gladly, of course. So I'll be attending their their committee meetings moving forward. Attended a very sad funeral of Mr. Howard in January. An area that I'm quite interested in and is worth attending if you guys get any chance, and I can send you meeting invites, is the youth task force meetings that they have on a monthly basis, looking at how we can encourage employment for youth in this region. Lines Company, I've been involved with the Mayor with some discussions and working with our Turangi councillors there and coming to a committee meeting.
Board meeting.
In March to meet with you there. I attended a POFRI at Taupo at the beginning of February when the school term started, and that school's just blossoming with a number of students. It's a great school, great environment. I did a bit of orientation at Taupo Airport this month and met with Mike Groom. Attended the Waitangi Moana event in February. I've also had some discussions with some of the events guys at the Hub in regard to getting some understanding of what's happening with our arts festival that's coming up, and also met with the new GM of Chamber of Commerce. I have my first Wairau House meeting tomorrow, and just for your information, applications for funding, for the next round of funding, will be opening very shortly, and I think the cut-off date for that will be the 31st of March, so I'll report back on that when I know more. And just for your information, there is an informal working group being set up, and Julie McLeod from Taupo Town Centre's the person to talk to if you're interested. The working group's about how we can build vibrancy in the Taupo Town Centre, so if anyone's interested in brainstorming in that group, which I think is just in its formative stages at the moment, to give Julie a call, because I think they're keen to get input from as many people as possible. Thank you.
Waiora House.
Waiora, sorry.
Waiora House. Sorry, just a slide.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I have a resolution. There's a members' reports to be received. Thank you, Councillor Cousins, and seconded by Councillor Stewart. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
That's carried.
Worship, before you go on to the confidential agenda, you and I have had a discussion. There were other councillors present. I'm very concerned, and I'd like to know a reason why. I'm very concerned over item 23 being put under confidentiality. The fact that we had that workshop, there's a huge amount of interest out there. Once again, I've read through the information. I can't see that maybe of a commercial basis. It's just giving some options that we may or may not put forward. So I'd just like to have someone to clarify why that was put there. There's so much interest in it.
Item 23, it's a property you want. Rob or Flash? Like to come forward, Flash, please.
The only reason for confidentiality was based on the potential for discussing site values, which we wouldn't want to do in an open forum. Upon a decision being made, my assumption would be it would be automatically the decision would be made public.
Excuse me, you're referring to what? When you said site value?
Any site values.
Of for?
Sorry?
The car park.
Of the land, yeah. Yeah.
The car park?
Yeah. So we don't usually discuss potential site values.
There is some of that's in...
Well, it gave you the opportunity. We do refer to it in the agenda item, so yeah, this is an estimated. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's the end of the public part of the meeting. Nice to see you, Doug. So I'll just call for a resolution to exclude the public to go in our confidential part, please. I have a mover for that. Councillor Stewart, seconded by Councillor Johns. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Those against, carried. Okay, we might just have a little